And we are back for the final trial. Maybe. I think it is. We are on the final trial of the final case, or the final day of Ace Attorney 1, Rise from the Ashes, the 5th case. And yeah, I hope we can do it today, and I think we can. So let's go, let's go. All right. All right, let's see. Everything ready? Cool. Okay, so I think just a little recap. We, Gant or Edgeworth, one of them called in Emma Sky. They're testifying about the previous SL9 case. And we presented something to say that there's no link or something. We don't know who the 777 is, but we do. This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident. Okay, wait, it's not that. I kind of forgot what happened last. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Oh, wait, yeah, the drawing. Yes. Oh, what's this? Oh, is he looking at it the wrong way? So yeah, on the back of the evidence list, there's a drawing of the scene of the crime kind of thing. Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Oh, she drew it. Quite the artist, I gotta say. Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? All right, also, let me put this microphone a little up. Hopefully the audio. All right, cool. Hopefully it's good. It's always annoying because I have to move this out of the way, so it's always in a different position. Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. Oh, does it say like, you know, -1/2 kind of thing? You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. Oh. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? He's like, oh no. Order. But Miss Guy, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed to me in the questioning room. So he's like, probably like, draw down what you remember just so, you know, your memory's fickle kind of thing. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Oh no, what does it mean? I Phoenix is a bit far ahead here. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. Like that. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the... Oh. So it's like a long piece of paper and it's like cut in half, so there might be more to it? Ooh. Ooh, I love this music. It's like the intrigue music. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Is that how you say that? What noise is he making? I didn't even notice his eyes, his pupils actually like are moving. You can never tell on the 3DS, like on the DS, sorry, where the like pixels are like 1. You can never really tell. Is something wrong? He found that delicious. Do you even have to ask? Oh, he's shaking. Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my... So, he never turned his list over. It's that thing. Oh, no. Oh, no. That thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly, this is an act of vandalism of the certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Oh no, she did draw it. Please stop the music, thank you. Please stop the music. Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Also, yes, this is the final case, I am going to be saving quite a bit. Okay, okay. No, don't jam to this music. Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Huh. The Minecraft villager sound. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. I'm trying to look at it. I'm like, The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see was shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Okay. So I think we have to press every statement kind of thing. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dog. I mean, they're like silhouettes. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. All right. I think we're gonna like press everything because I really don't know. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Did you draw the picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. Ooh. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye. 2 or 3 days later, that memory should still be fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. So like, the obvious contradiction is like, how can you tell that's who's who kind of thing? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Wait, by who? Dark had a tight grip on me. Oh, so he was like, you know, holding hostage kind of deal. I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. All right, no contradictions, I think. What happened after that? All right. Must have fainted. You didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry, I didn't witness a murder. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. No, not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? But what? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, she's like, yeah, you are the bad guy. I didn't mean to, it's my job. Huh. Sorry for asking so many times that are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? This is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives. There could be some biases here. Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I mean, you know he could if he tried. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you? You know, whenever they give you this, you're like, yeah, maybe. Edgeworth, that's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene, and yet, there's clearly, wait, what? Okay. I guess we have to present something, okay. There's clearly a contradiction here, and we gotta go to these evidence. Well, there you go, chat. Do you see what I see? Oh, sorry, yeah, one sec. The light is so bright here. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. Always check the autopsy report every time. What? But I still remember it like it was yesterday. Mr. Right. Oh, wait, I think I remember this because it's so hard to point exactly where they're talking about. What part of the picture? Here? Like, the whole point is the autopsy said he died with a stab to the back. So here, maybe? Yeah? No? See, I knew it. How could you? The act of making an innocent girl cry should warrant the death penalty. I guess he means I shouldn't shift the blame to others. Hello? Like, the here? The back? That's his back. See, this is, I remember having the weapon then? Okay, fine. Okay, let me reload then because that's like, chat, you knew I knew the answer, okay? Come on. All right, we're not gonna lose any, we're not gonna lose 2 dumb points there, okay? All right. The knife. The hand, okay, we'll go here. We'll go just on the hand and just on the knife so they can't, you know, ping us for that. There we go, okay. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. Oh, wait. See, the contradiction I had was the back. Oh, okay, I got the wrong contradiction. There's 2 contradictions. See, chat, like, I was talking about the back. He was stabbed in the back. How can he be stabbed in the back when he's facing him? Fine, that was the... God. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the... Yeah, wait. So, doesn't that mean he already stabbed him? Like, the act of stabbing broke the knife, so why is it already broken? It was the conclusive piece of evidence that proved he was the murderer. Well, that's a bit wrong here. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound. Okay, now we're going. I don't know. I don't know, chat. I don't know. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Aha! What's the meaning of that? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand, but you found the tip inside the guy. Yeah, it was found inside the victim's body. I don't think anyone could have drawn that accurately. Yeah, what happens if you're a bad drawer and you just like draw like, oh, whoops, my finger slipped and I drew a square instead of like a pointed end. Whoops. That's right, but what does this mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. So someone put the tip there? The only possible explanation is that the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure. That's why we pressed. Not because we didn't know what to present. Yeah, that's why. I believe you were annoyed at the time. But she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, not so fast. I remember someone else who says that. There's another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence. You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. No! His whole career in flames. Order, order, order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the evidence that took place the day of the murder. Also, I probably should save, just in case. Because we got it right. Where is the orange man? His turn is coming, he's coming. We think we're winning, but the orange man says otherwise. They were holding a ceremony that day. There he is. After receiving the King of Prosecutors award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. I mean, he won an award and he has to do his job still, rip. No day off. Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased him and was killed by Dark. You kind of left out the hostage Emma situation. Somewhere in the story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding a broken knife. Why, though? If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark. Could there be one? I think there is, chat. If the witness is adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be expelled away by simple observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. As I assumed then you have some information about this other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. I think it's this. So, in the original statue, if you see here, there's a sword on the statue. But now, there's none. If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh? Oh wait, is this wrong? No! No, this is wrong. Okay, I probably should save. I can lose 1 health. Am I thinking too far ahead, chat? I think I'm thinking too far ahead. What else could be the murder weapon? Not this. Here? Are you serious? Are you serious? It is the same point. Come on. Right here in this picture. I was presenting the statue because in the description it says the whole bit was removed. That's what I was presenting. The current statue doesn't have the point. Yeah, but the description says the sword was removed. That's why I was presenting. Anyway. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award. I like how smug Phoenix is right now. K for Kaiba. It actually does look like the Seto Kaiba, like his company. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was all in likelihood this award. Ah, yes, yeah. Scrum the crowd, yeah. Neil Marshall was awarded the King of Prosecutors award that day. As an award, he was given the broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he didn't carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be! Oh, why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed. Maybe so. What do you mean? I mean, the man raising a knife would have been Marshall. Oh. Yes, it is. It's true. Run with it, Phoenix. Trust your heart. Trust your bluffing. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait, now who? Oh. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Convenient. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with the picture scribbled on the back? Uh-huh. I knew it. It's a Jigglypuff, seen from above. This picture, I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. The music. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would have been best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Ah, yeah, you know, to present. We gotta present something. We gotta present something. Would you please tell us what you recalled? First the knife mix-up and now the blue badger? This should be interesting. Alright. Let's see what we got. I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there were another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. Okay. I mean, you can't forget that face. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Uh-huh. This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible? The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That's true. She's the copyright holder. She created the blue badger. She can sue Gumshoe for everything. The defense may now begin its cross-exam. That's a new sprite. Stop, please do not pursue this any further. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I already confessed to the crime. I think she knows what happened. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come to this far. It's too late to turn back. I mean, we could do a turnabout. You know, the cases are called turnabout. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Alright, I guess we gotta press everything here because this is like some new stuff. Alright, the first part. Okay, here we go. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When the dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was I gotta help that other person. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Wait, oops, sorry. Go back! What do you mean you think? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember even everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Sky was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. So maybe she saved Joe Dark. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So what happened next? There was another flash of lightning and I saw the blue badger. Are you sure about this? Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The blue badger didn't exist 2 years ago. That's quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother. Just when you thought that this thing had caused enough commotion. The blue badger will never stop tormenting you. It will live on. He wasn't in the room, but I saw his shadow. His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with his winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. Huh. This is pointless. The thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh? And I suppose you want to save your game right here. Please tell us what this shadow really was. What was it? Who is this blue badger? I think I might know, chat. Yet she's certain she saw it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now in this very room. Mr. Wright. In this room? What is... Oh yeah, because don't they... I think I remember in the anime, they have like a table where all the evidence is laying there. So you can see all the evidence. It's not in your like back pocket kind of thing. I think. Wait, no. Oh, phew, I was spamming F. Spamming F, yep. I think I know what it is. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't even look anything like the blue badger. Ah yes, because you're looking at it from a different perspective. It's a Jigglypuff, seen from above. I can't get over that. When they showed that in the anime, that Jigglypuff thing, I was like dying. What if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? I've got to show them the correct angle to look at this from. Okay, I do remember this very clearly because like the whole point of this jar thing. All right, was it like that? No, it was like... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wait, was it like... Was it like this? I hope this is correct. This isn't right. Oh no. Allow me to remind the defense its case's hinges on the witness's drawing. If they can't match the shape, we cannot accept his claim. I've got to find the right angle. Come on, Mr. Wright, you can do it. Oh no. So it's not... Oh, it's this way, I think. No, wait, no, I missed the wrong... That was the wrong key. Oh god, at least we don't lose any health. Okay. Yeah, alright. Alright. Okay. So then... Oh my god. Chat. I don't... Does anyone know exactly how I'm meant to do this? Do I have to look this up maybe? Chat, you know, I know the answer, like obviously it is it, but those two things are the two ears. I think. Maybe like this? The point stand is the middle head. You just gotta tip it. The point stand is the middle head. Okay. So like that. Like that? Okay. Yeah, that looks like it. A bit more? Okay. So that was correct? That was correct? Okay, a bit more. Alright, a bit more, okay. No, I forgot what it was. It was like this. I miss. The present key is next to the rotate key. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so stupid. Okay, let's go this way. Okay. So, the tip sticks out. Okay, on the grid, it is perfectly horizontal. Okay, is that enough, chat? Is that enough? Do I need to do it more? I'm not presenting, is it more? More? More. That much? More? This is Game Grumps level of failure. Wait, you mean even more? Okay, like that. Alright. A bit more. Oh, God. Alright, a bit more. Oh, no. Okay, rotate. Turn. A bit more, they say. That was too much. Okay, I'm waiting. Is that enough? I'm waiting. Let me drink some water. I'm waiting. Is that enough? Let chat delay catch up. Is this the right one? This is too much. Okay. You had it right, but you wrote the two more because of chat delay. Oh, okay. The thicker part needs to touch the round tip. Okay, this seems right. I'm waiting for the delay. Have some more water. Alright, I think that should be it then. A little more. Okay. I'm gonna do it one more time. One more time. Then I'm looking it up for the exact picture, okay? Oh my god, alright. So that is not correct. This is not correct. I think that looks correct. Moving on. Oh, it matches perfectly now. How convenient. No one can possibly deny the jar's resemblance to the blue badger. Yeah, who would deny that? No. It can't be. I'm no Edgeworth, it can't. Order. The defense has proven its claim. Yeah, okay. Sure, why not? The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. Objection! Although we enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance. You enjoyed it, huh? I didn't. What's your point? What do you mean? So, the badger thing was actually just the... Oh, there's my hat thing. I think because... Yeah, there we go, alright. That badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. This is the worst puzzle in the trilogy. See, that's why they didn't want you doing 3D. I'm afraid I need to save right now because I'm not doing that again. I am not doing that again. Never doing that again, chat. This changes everything. Indeed? Very well then. Please tell us. What difference now that we know the witness saw the jar? The location. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen the jar? Yeah, there's such a... I thought they would have fixed that in the trilogy, like, you know, give you a little bit more leeway. But I guess because they show it merging with the badger's face, they want it to be exact. They would have to change that, you know, merge animation kind of thing. The location of the jar is shown in the picture taken on the crime. Ooh. Uh-huh, okay. But the body was found lying near Lina Sky's desk. The witness testified so herself. It could have been moved there. Yes, and it's these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. Oh, it happened there actually, I don't know. The struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lina Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office. Oh yeah, okay. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lina Sky's office? Yes. Why would he do that? Wait, why are you saying... Oh wait, you think it's here, okay. There's no reason. Exactly. Ah. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have had gone through the trouble. Hey, thank you, Apps, for the follow. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? Save. I think I remember this part a little bit, chat. I don't remember the specifics, but I remember some point. Like there's some point I remember. If you get my drift. Oh, it's too late to quit now though. Why Lana wanted to stop the trial. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew to the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture one more time. Do you see the point, chat? Do you see the point? If the man was knocked in the direction of the jar, what would he have hit? The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King Prosecutor's trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking we are about to get Emma in trouble. To be fair, we are getting paid to save Lana Sky. We're not getting paid to save any Emma Skies, okay? To be fair. Another possibility. Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this. The money, Phoenix, if you get Lana free. The money. The payout, you haven't been paid in 2 months. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh yeah, they show it. But they don't show it penetrating it all the way through, so it's okay then. You don't see the, like the blood thing. The awkward silence. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? High-pitched scream. No! Oh. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. Yeah. Small world, huh? Did you know A75 is Peggy 16 and A76 is Peggy 12? Oh yeah, it's like rated M in Australia. Yeah, I don't know why 5 is it because of the blood. Oh no, I remember. With the Athena Sykes, the blood thing. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. I don't think it's the bomb. I think it's the blood with Athena. That image. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. They will talk about this case, Wright versus Edgeworth. Because you know how when they make a precedent in law, it's like, remember this case, and the surnames of like who's versing each other? It would be like Sky versus, Sky versus the state. Sky versus the state. It'd be like that case. Oh yeah, we're calling this case. I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think? Oh, I think I know who moved the body. I think I know. Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out what Emma did. I assure you, Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're gonna have to have proof. And that's the time to save. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves that my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Do we have any evidence, Chad? Do we have any evidence? Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. Oh. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Oh, not to him, not to him. Huh, touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. Huh? You mean there's another possibility? I don't like when Edgeworth gives possibilities, I don't like it. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or worse, Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. And I think I know what it is, but I think we gotta save. Time to raise the dead. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? The real murderer's name is in the evidence. And Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister is a murderer? I want the truth, Lana, that's all. Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence. And I think, chat, it's the vase with the blood painted with a finger. I think. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he gonna just speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten that this was a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of... Oh, yeah, I can see the... Emma. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on one of the fragments was not wiped away, because the fragment was not found till we found it. Yes, there's a line here drawn in blood. So what you're saying is that these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. Her blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect the points. Hey, do we do connect the dots? I don't remember if we do. No. What kind of message did the victim leave us? Do we actually have to connect the dots? Oh god. Okay. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I am connecting the dots. I'm drawing in blood. I'm sorry, Emma. I had to do it to you. Wait, okay, fine. I can't do that. All right. And a little bit of this. And sprinkle in some shading here and there. You know, I got the line art. Hold shift and draw with the pen. You get the straight lines in Clip Studio. Ah, yes. Magnifique. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. I told you, you're gonna get paid for this, Phoenix. Don't worry. You can buy all the ramen noodles you want. That's what I've been thinking all about, is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. You know, this could be like a bad ending kind of thing. Didn't she fire you as a lawyer? I think she did, yeah. So Phoenix is incriminating Emma for free. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Oh no. Rip Emma. She goes to jail for the rest of the series. You never see her again. She may not have meant it, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Was Emma Sky? She's the murderer. See, Worthy? Can't say I didn't warn you. He's back! Chief Gant, do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not? Ah, yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Oh yeah, that's true. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. Whatever that noise is. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? Oh yes, he's got like... I don't have long enough hair to pull the hair. I don't have it long enough. We are merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or forgery of evidence. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Also, I don't know why. I feel like these headphones are always so tired. Ow, my head. I've been using these headphones for like, what, like years now. Gotta get new ones. All right. Despite what anyone might say, the fact cannot be denied. Yeah, what's going on in the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order, 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 order! Dang, the judge really can't control his crowd. The gavel's pounding fell on the deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Dang, are we like halfway through the trial? Wow. 1 hour halfway through. All right, another hour. Here we go, chat. We're gonna finish this today. All right. So that was 2 hours in game, actually. So it starts at 10 a.m. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Huh, don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. You kinda are. He was conceived in a bonus case for a re-release. Yeah, that's the whole reason this case was made. It was made to promote the DS's like new 3D features kind of thing. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, he's so sad. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? He's so sad. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around all day while on duty. And to top it off, if you call me here, I've seen happier people at funerals. Alright, what's the prediction we got going? I'll take it Lana's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Alright, what's the prediction we got? Will Ram finish the trial? I think I will. Here, she asked me to give you this, evidence law. Evidence law for dummies? Edgeworth was talking about this the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Alright, and what's the other one? The chief was also wanting me to give you this message. A message? She said if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book. Him. Oh, the man in orange. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Alright, fine. Alright, can we read it? Can we read it? I want to read. No evidence was shown. Unregistered evidence must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay. Huh. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined. Emma Skye found that she unwittingly caused the man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. Oh, yes, true. We haven't proved who murdered Goodman. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're gonna expose him. No matter what it takes. The case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Alright, chat. Yes, will I finish this case in 53 minutes? Wait a minute. That was 50-minute break they had. Holy, okay. They had a 50-minute recess. It's like lunch, like 2 lunches. Oh, it's like 1 lunch, actually, at school. Yes, Your Honor, the inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. As well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but, cough, cough. This isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses. I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and I like to gossip. Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call all witnesses. Ooh. We have the power now. Lunch is about 30 minutes? You mean like in court? I mean, at our school, it was 50 minutes, our lunch. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. See, isn't it nice when the prosecution works with us? This will never happen again, pretty much, in the entire franchise, except for a few cases. The prosecution always wants to kill me. With a whip, with, like, the coffee. Then it's settled. Alright, also my eyes, like, oh god. I swear it's like some days, these lights get really bad when my eye is just, like, blinded. And I get like teary. I'm not crying. And other days I'm like fine. It's like, okay, why not? All right, last chance. I guess I gotta save again. Yes, I know. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls the real murderer, Mike Meekins. Ah, no, it's Gumshoe. All right, it's Gumshoe. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? You'll see. As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. Huh. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. What if he wasn't? What if he left the country by now? Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. Alright, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. The big man, he's here. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy. Are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. Oh, he's giving us the stare. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is David Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests you hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? How you doing, Ducky? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, he does look like a Joseph Joestar a little, actually. You mean the time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's pretty much clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all this. Why is the music going? Ooh, I don't know. Son. Son. Are you winning, son? How you doing, Whitney? Either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Oh no, he's gonna kill us with a gun. Weapons? Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. And that's a cushy job right there. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. Ooh, okay, let's see. Alright. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went up to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with forgery. I think that's the last statement, but just to be sure, I'm gonna press everything. He was lying on the floor unconscious. Are they gonna show this every time? Doesn't everyone have that right? Yeah, no, he has like the thing where he cannot say a thing. When Gant leans in like that, it's like the face of a Danganronpa girl. Oh, and Hiyoko does like that, like leaning in face with like the creepy eyes. Yeah, it does. Actually, yeah, dear. I see. Everything seems pretty clear cut. The police chief has the right to refuse to testify. Then I'd better hit him hard and fast. So does that mean we present evidence or do we press? I think I'll press just in case. But pretty much if you say you don't want to testify, it's kind of guilty because you're like, if you're innocent, you should testify. Yes, that's right. I could say I'm a workaholic. After winning the award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. To make a long story short, we slipped up. Alright, I think the power outage maybe? Maybe? So the two of you immediately ran after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. Oh. Wait, couldn't they just look at where the elevator, like, ding, ding, you know, like the top of the thing? And maybe it didn't have that because it's like a, not like a hotel. He got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden. I got the shock of my life. Oh, good thing you weren't there in the courthouse elevator. With a Mr. Von Karma. Imagine if Von Karma and Gant, you know, they actually would have met. Because prosecutor, you know, chief of police, what if, like, they would have given each other forged evidence kind of thing, these two bulky men. Probably not as shocked as Neil was with that knife went to his heart, though. That reminds me, I think, chat, I have seen fan art of a ship between Gant and Von Karma, and they drew them very young. Not very, like, you know, like 30, like, you know, not grey hair. No, it wasn't with grey hair, actually. I think I've seen a ship. I've seen quite a lot with Ace Attorney. That's not funny. That's not funny. I know it's not funny. Whoops. Wait, back. No. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. So, there's the contradiction right there, chat. Can you see it? If he was hanging, does that mean Lana stabbed him in the back and put him on top of the unconscious Dark? Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to him were the two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Do you regret seeing so much fan art? It's like, I'm used to it now. I'm like, who cares? Like, it's just a drawing. Who cares? But yeah, I was like, there's a lot of shipping art in Ace Attorney. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. How can you know that? Ooh, yeah. Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means... You found the body near Lana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier, it was my suit of armor that stabbed the prosecutor. Yes. Anyway, thank you, Viola, for the follow. As you can see, I think it's this statement. We got to contradict something. I think it's this one. That forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at the office. That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt, but moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're gonna stare at anything, you better be staring at the court record. Ooh, he's hinting. Worthy, always a smooth talker. But which piece of evidence did the forgery? There was something in the case. I think... If you really had nothing to do with the forgery, then how do you explain this? What's this? What's that on it? A handprint? Chief Gant. Oh, that's a bit loud, sorry. That came out a bit loud. Chief Gant, your explanation, please. Fiddle. I don't know. You tell me, son. Huh? My dear writer, don't you know the second rule of evidence law? Not this again. Evidence law, look it up. Rule 2, unregistered evidence must be relevant to the case on trial. Tell me, how is that rag connected to the trial? It appears the defense was not prepared. I guess it's too early to use this piece of evidence. Please, wait, okay, what happened? Would you mind giving the defense another chance? Huh. So that was wrong, but there's actual extra dialogue. Huh, okay. And the bar went away like we didn't lose any health. That was weird. That was very weird. I don't think the game's done that like ever after that. Like you presented, but it's like, you're on the right track, but not really. That could be it. Or this. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid this is a claim you cannot, but I'm still confused, like, they knew that you knew, like, that's also forged, but if you present it, instead of giving you the wrong error, they're like, no, chat, like, viewer, like, player, make sure you remember that for later. They actually rewarded you for that. That was kind of weird. Usually the game just punishes you whenever you get it wrong. I was kind of surprised. Take this jar, for example. That's the blue badger. It's always the blue badger. The piece of jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list okay, we could have presented that as well. Was actually found inside your desk. It was found where? So you see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you played part in a legal investigation. Yes, get him, Raito! Ho! Ho! He is a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery. Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only one capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so also. Oh yeah, I forgot we could do it as well. Isn't that right, Raito? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. Giving the punishment to the Dick. What? Detective salary drops. Wait, wasn't he fired? I thought he was fired already. Yeah, wait, if he's fired, I thought he was fired at the end of the investigation, so how could he find that evidence book law thing? Please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence. Alright. And their relation to the forgery. My, kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. I like how, like, he's so calm, he's not, like, flustered at all. He is like he's been preparing this for 2 years, like that kind of thing. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Aha! I know. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help out in any way. I think I know. It's the 777 thing. When investigating the crime scene. How you doing, Broden? You should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand I'm chief of police, right? There will be consequences. So we gotta make sure we get him fired and arrested, you know, in jail, so he can't do anything. Would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Aji, in return though. You know, Chad, I did a community post, who is more better looking, Phoenix Wright, Edgeworth, or the judge? And so many people were like, Aji, like they were saying the nickname. Like everyone calls him by the Gant's nickname. It's pretty amusing. Wait, where are these guys? Telepathic? Oh, they're meeting at like a bar? Is there a ship of them? Alright, I think I know what I have to present, but just in case, you can never save enough times in this franchise. Okay, I don't know exactly where I'm meant to present it on. I know I need to present the 777 thing. No, I knew it. I wonder what the judge's real name is. I'm trying to present the 777 thing. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. I'll have you know, back in my day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped... Huh? Did Phoenix live near a farm? You can't prove I didn't carry evidence. You're going to need it later. When Raito's prints are found. I found it in my safe. That would prove his investigation was illegal. Always wear gloves, Phoenix. I think it's the end? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Oh god, chat, can you help me with this? Do I have to press or present? Because I know it's the 777 thing, but I'll press everything in the meanwhile. What do you mean by that? This is purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place the items in my safe. Wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. Okay, so he's saying even if I put them in the safe. I'm not through speaking yet, Raito. It all depends when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after he was convicted, they're worthless. I think it's the blood on the jar. Ooh, okay, let's try that. No, I think I have to press everything. All right. Press the 5th? All right. We'll skim through this then. Right. The chief is talking about a possibility, so as long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Reload? Yeah, maybe I should reload, actually. Just in case. I want to get my health back. We lost 2 health. Alright, let's press the last. Really, Chief Gant? At the time, there was one large benefit you read from all this. That you would be Chief of Police. And the music stops, so I guess I was right. Thank you, Gom. I mean, I would have got there pressing everything eventually. No suffer. God damn it. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion. That in itself is sufficient motive. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. That's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without the case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. Alright, let's save. Yeah, you were right, something. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Ooh. Don't be silly, Werther. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Archie, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. That's a weird statement. I still gotta press that. Nothing in it for you. Press? Okay. I was like, that's a very weird... I can't contradict that. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. All right, Gom, yeah, you can, I'll try to work it out myself now. I think I'm okay now. But thank you for the help. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho, ho, ho. That's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, point out accomplice, Lana? But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you have possibly determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I meant. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Wait, wrong one. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant. He's quiet. I believe it's quite obvious in light of circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Those were good books. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged that was Damon Gant. He's quiet. He's gonna plead the fifth, I think. Would he profit from all this? How would he be able to use the prosecutor as a puppet? He would be able to. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admitted, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as prosecutor to control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I control the save file? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this is mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about... Ah, yes. He called her up to stab the body. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone had been controlling her. Worthy. You'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? Is he threatening him? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? This is the guy I get drunk with and I go swimming with. I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder. That's impossible. Yeah, it's like, this case tackled, can you get those people high up in power? Well, I was merely reiterating what Edgeworth said in an easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. We're in this together. Ace Attorney Twitter retweeted this. Wait, what did they tweet? Let me check that. The virtual turnabout. Wait, the actual Ace Attorney Twitter retweeted that? Okay, I gotta like it. Alright, back to this case. The real one. Maybe they're finally stepping up their game, finally. They're stepping up their game to promote something. You know, chat, Joe Zasia, the voice of Claude from Fire Emblem, he tweeted more like Phoenix wrong, like just a simple, harmless tweet. And the comments were like, wait, does that mean you're voicing someone in Ace Attorney 7? And I was like, huh, that could be true. That could be true. They're doing the voicing for Ace Attorney 7 right now. I was like, okay. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Can we do it? I mean, it's more like, yeah, because like it's out of the blue for him to tweet about Ace Attorney, so that's why people were like, huh, you never tweeted about Ace Attorney before. That kind of thing. Anytime like anyone does an Ace Attorney tweet, the Ace Attorney fans come out of the hiding, like any big person that does it. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. You should start rotating saves. Wait, am I gonna be stuck in a dead end or something? All right then, let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Gant to the Goodman murder. The phone call? No. Yep, I got it. I wasn't looking at chat. I got it. I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I can finally use the 7. The one thing that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 77777777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that that's my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 77777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime, and we got a new sprite. Yes, we got him finally. Order, order. Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense search of my office was in violation of regulation. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, the court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. What about it? I'm the chief of the police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. You just brag, oh yes, I'm the chief, I'll enter the bathroom now. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as do the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't happen to be with you on that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he have been? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days. Oh, I think I know. Oh, I love this part when the music kicks in and you're on a roll. You had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? The trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. I think I know the evidence, but I'm gonna save just in case. Just in case. Ace Attorney 7 confirmed. The trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, right? Evidence. Show us that they met on the day of the crime. I think I know what it was. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Marshall stole it. So Goodman filled a lost item report. he would have had to give it to the chief of police. Yet, you are in possession of that report, which means you can't be sure he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to. Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Top 10 anime teamed up. This is why Ace Attorney is better than Danganronpa. Yeah, like, Danganronpa is more like mysterious and like creepy with the music. This is like, oh, the hype. I am on a roll. I am in control. That kind of like feeling. Two men grill an older man about his whereabouts. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him. There is no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on, let me guess what you're gonna say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Mm-hmm. Exactly. But wait! The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done that. Objection! Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you only showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Goodman, it would have been found on his body. I love that. That's amazing, Sprite. He's like electrified and everything. That is so powerful, that Sprite. Oh my god. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, but no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was in the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the murder. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. So you think I ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Alright, gotta save just in case. You know the deal by now. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And at that time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. Wait, what? How could the chief move the body? Show us the evidence. To move, they used... I thought it was the barrel, but I don't have any proof that it's the barrel kind of thing. Like, I know it's the barrel. They don't show it there. Chat, what do I present here? Because there's no barrel. Oh wait, there is a barrel. Yes, there is a barrel. Yes, yes. Well, I remember, because I do remember this when they were doing the first day. I was like, the barrel. Oh wait, I remember there was a barrel. It was important. Maybe I'll use this later to move your dead body, right? Huh? Wait. No. No. No, chat. He killed me. How did he get him to do it? So is it the blue badger? Okay, well, let me reload. You got it from Edgy. I got it from Edgy. Well, it wasn't this case. Was it? Is it the blue badger? No, you can't really hide a... It's like a paper thin thing. What? To move the body, he used this. To move the body. The cell phone to call someone to use it? Chat, I'm really lost here. Do the badger, maybe? It's a panel though.
Take that!
No. Alright. So it's not the badger. Is it the cell phone? The car. But we don't have the car as evidence, do we? Do we have the car as evidence? Well, that's a proof that he entered earlier. A parking stop. Miles Edgeworth. You mean... The body was found in the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Okay. But how did they get his car, though? How did they steal his car? The body was moved by that car. You mean I carried the victim's body? Precisely so. But wait, even if you know, I didn't plan on returning to my office. Ah, that screwdriver. But you did return. Tell me why. Ah, I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I was brought back here. So, you see, what you really were taking to the prosecutor's office wasn't the screwdriver, but the victim's body in your trunk. Dang. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Edgeworth's car? Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Lana Skye. Yeah, if he rode like a bike, he had to be fancy and buy a sports car, you know, with his salary. Huh. That's why we can never get pinned, because we're riding a bicycle. Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. There was not a photo of the body being stuffed into the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe... Your time's up. My time's up. Sorry, Righto. But I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going to make it for time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify? I'm invoking that right now. What? This is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks. So you're gonna just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, then you would have presented it by now. Well, you think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. Huh. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is asking you to save your game so you don't lose any more health because this is pretty dangerous. This court will not tolerate any accusations without proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof that Gant murdered Goodman and made Lana dispose of the body? I can't let him just squirm his way out of this. No proof, I think? Yeah, see, Was it wrong, chat? I do have such evidence. Oh no. It better prove he murdered Goodman without a shadow of a doubt. Oh no. Is this those things where I was meant to say no? Say no proof. Oh, it was no proof? Damn it. Alright. No. Yeah, okay. Okay, whatever. It was. I knew it. It was. There's one of these times. Okay, we'll see this out. Like, is proof your guilt? I'll let you be the judge. But I am the judge. All right. Well, what do you think, Your Honor? What do I think? Oh, we get full health. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Give me a little longer. Okay. No, I have no proof. Okay. I didn't realize they gave us full health again. That's fine. That's fine. It's no use showing evidence. I'm not even sure of myself. Because, yeah, the games do this where you're like, oh, you have to always present. No, sometimes you're like, huh, no. It makes it so annoying. It's like there's so many, like multiple pathways you could go through. Because you could present every single evidence and be like, huh, like, what's the solution? Huh. See, RG? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, righto? It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, RG, I'll leave the rest to you. Fade transition away. And with that, we lose. Why'd you tell me to do that? This is an affront to our senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. What? I love you, Edgeworth. Thank you for saving me. Lady Luckham, maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady? Another witness? In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method is testimony. But Gant invoked his right to refuse testimony. But there's someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions. Raised in this trial, someone right in this very room. Who is this person? Huh. Oh yeah, he can't call any witness. Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Yeah, it's Lana. Lana! The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't stop now. Yes, we call forth Lana Del Rey. She was in the underground parking lot. Her task to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well, the court will now take its final recess for the day. All right, here we go. Final recess. We're at... Huh? Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need to tell me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. Of course you never support such outrageous claims anyway. Just something to think about. Alright then. I got lunch date to meet. Just a little threat before he goes to eat lunch. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. Oh god. 2 p.m. We've been in court for 4 hours, or like 3 hours. Wow. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. It'd be manslaughter as a minor. I don't know if that applies to this Ace Attorney logic, though. She'll be given the death penalty. Detective Gumshoe. Ha ha ha, I'm not a detective anymore. Ah, there you go. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Ah, don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. That's your office. My office? Have I told you I haven't got paid in 2 months? You're not gonna get paid. Sure, I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Maya. What do you mean? Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? He reminds me of Bolin from Legend of Korra. Yeah, a little bit actually, yeah. Huh. Settle down, right? Remember what the judge said. What did the judge say? There are certain risks. Gumshoe about to channel some spirits. Risks? What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Hey, she's back, the little murderer. How you doing, little murderer? How you doing, killer? Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost felt somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah. Now I finally know what happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible orange man. And she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself deep inside to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Marshall, but it felt good and I'll do it again. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. So someone needs to edit this image and put the Joker, like, makeup on him. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. Also, anyone who voted, you're probably gonna... I'm not gonna finish in the 2 hours, probably. I see. Well, I'd better get back. Time for the final act, finally. Why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, right? It's time to end this. All right. Final checkpoint. Here we go. I've actually almost finished the whole bottle, actually. The one thing about playing these games and reading every text, I've been drinking a lot more water. Which I guess is, like, good, I guess. All right. Here we go. 2:20 p.m. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? We gotta prove to her that we can get the orange man behind bars and that Emma didn't murder. I mean, she did. You know she did, Chad. She's a little murderer. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done in the past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. Also, I want to save just so we don't have to speed through that introduction again. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. I still wish the newer games had her meet Lana, like, in jail or something, like, as an older Emma. Murderess. Is that the correct term? Okay, she's a murderess. Tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have. Yeah, like, it would be like manslaughter and she's a minor. Like, she wouldn't get, like... She'd be like, you know... Like, nothing would happen to her, honestly. Like, if in the real world, like, but the thing is, I think because Gant is the chief of police, he would, like, hound them, you know? Like, you know, get her the guilty verdict, make sure she goes to jail and death. I worked alongside Gant. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. Okay. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. I think I gotta press everything. I really don't know what to do here. Are you sure about this testimony? I'm confessing to capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana... If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. But how is she proving that the evidence is in his locker, though? But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. Alright, here we go, chat. I'm gonna press everything just to be sure. A minor was held in juvenile court because the crime was so severe. Oh, yeah, like, I know there is juvenile court, juvie, and stuff like that, but, like, there was no malice. It was, like, self-defense. It was a serial killer she thought she was killing. Like, I think she could get away, like, she wouldn't be in any trouble. But I think in this universe, not our universe, it works differently. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would have been 5 years. Detective Gant and Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective. That's why. There's no truth to this blackmail. How is she disproving the safe, you know, the stuff in the safe? Sorry, I had the hiccups. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much as in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? You're not my lawyer anymore. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But when she did was justifiable self-defense. That's what I'm saying, yeah. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. Oh my goodness, Kitty. What do you call it when Maya runs away from court? A small medium at large. That is absolutely amazing. A small medium at large. That's a really good one. That's really good. That's really good. I feel like stealing it. No, I wouldn't steal it for a joke. When I found prosecutor's Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. Wait, okay, yeah. I forgot my keys. There we go. When you say you did all this by yourself. Yes. Oh, you said you did all this by yourself. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? Ooh, okay, we had to press everything. I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor's award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? So... that's... So she didn't find Marshall hanging. Marshall Mathers hanging... Wait, no, that's... No, anyway. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. I meant hanging, like, you know, like, rapping, like, style. I didn't mean the other hanging. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall was killed by Dark? I think we got to save here. Oh yeah, Gom, has the poll thing run out yet? The prediction stuff? You got to pay people out because I don't think I finished in the 2 hours, maybe. Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. I was probably knocked away in the struggle. She's covering it up with lies. All just to protect me. 1 more hour? Oh, okay. I mean, I've gone for 2 hours. I don't know what the poll. Okay, I don't know what the poll. You're running the prediction. All right, I won't interfere. When you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. I broke off the tip of the knife and planted it inside the wound, then moved the body. Wait a minute. No. Oh, no. It was at the time of the poll. Oh, okay. I broke off the tip of the knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body. I really don't know. Oh, okay. You planted the tip, then you moved the body? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad. Maybe I should ask for the sake of others. Why did you plant? Why did you do that? Come on, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Very well. Let's add to the witness's testimony. Wait, it should be why you moved the body? Because, yeah, I know this is like too long. No. Press this. Change the testimony. All right. Why did you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body found was by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Okay. The reason she moved the body, the piece of jar. Ooh, that's shattered. Wait, let's press this. The Twitch app is demanding. Yeah, like maybe, I think it's like you're watching a video, like maybe that's why it uses the phone battery. Yes, the retro jar you showed us earlier. Then how did he write Emma on a broken jar? I felt to be more expedient to move the body. So when you first found the body, the jar was already, of course, it had been shattered to pieces. There we go. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got her. In other words, the jar must have been broken during the struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time of the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there is more to it than that. There must be a contradiction. Yes, all right. Okay, so we present the jar. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene when Neil Marshall was murdered? If that's true, if that truth was exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring everyone's attention a contradiction within your testimony. Contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on the jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written in his final moments. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, It must not been broken before he died. Ah. He couldn't have written Emma's name on the shattered jar. Order. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regarding to this jar and the bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems as you're in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may continue her testimony. All right, here we go. All right, let me save again. I noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I got them all. She didn't get them all. She didn't get them all. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Okay, that wasn't, that wasn't, all the pieces. So I'm gonna press that statement, but I'm sure I got them all. But how could you see with the power out? A detective is always prepared. Even now, I carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. Ooh. Wait. I got every last piece. Okay. What is the evidence that shows that? All right. It said that in the description. I believe this jar conceals a truth you were even unaware of. Yes, because she can't lie about that because she didn't know that all the pieces were not there. We found the final piece of the jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified that she gathered every piece and wiped the blood off them. Yes, which leaves us with one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. Dang, and you know what, Chad? He can't testify because he invoked his right. I'm afraid that's unlike... Wait, what did he say? Whoops, I missed that. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even once, I wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Huh, can you believe it? Oh, okay, he wears dentures. How old is he? Wait, how old is he actually? Do we have his thing? Oh no, we don't have his thing on the court record. When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on the shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying the person was Chief Gant. He was looking for Dark downstairs. The question is, did he arrive there first? Why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No. Yes, the judge is guilty. Oh, wait. Sorry, just rubbing my eyes. I am not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. He's like mid-50? Oh, he's 84? Wow. Fabrication of evidence. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterward, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma Skye killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, he helped create the evidence to incriminate Dark, sparing Emma. And there lies the reason. The reason why Sky became the chief's puppet. Ooh, it's true. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lie to defend their clients. It's true. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem like the type to twist the truth, who likes to twist the truth. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe right after all. What do you mean, right? So you do tell foul lies? Miss Sky, please testify before I save. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examine may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time. The final time! Actual crime scene. Alright. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the armor. Dark were lying there unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword. You were the only one who saw that. Okay, chat, can you maybe help with this? If only you had proof. Wait, so someone was saying there is a bad ending? Wait, was there a bad ending in this game? I kind of want to get the bad ending just to get it on, like, camera kind of thing. I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? There is? Okay, I don't remember. I want to see the bad ending. I kind of forget it. It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. If you present evidence in the wrong time, bad ending. Okay. Chat, let me try to get the bad ending, actually. Can I, like, try to get the bad ending? Like, can you, like, help me get the bad ending, please? Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. I want you to know I'm not sleeping until you finish this trial, and I have a 24-hour shift tomorrow. Oh god, okay, we gotta get through it. We gotta let the doctor sleep. Okay. I'm saving here. Present a certain evidence immediately. Okay. Present this picture. So what do I present, chat? What do I present to get the bad ending? Is it here? Let's check the evidence again. There might be something in a picture somewhere. I think this is the right evidence. So, chat, what's the wrong evidence? It's not for a while? Oh, okay, it's not for a while, okay. Wait, was this the thing? Ooh, alright. Maybe? Can we... Is it not in this? Pio? Open the book? I'm trying to open the book. How do you open books? I don't know how to open books. Who opens books? Why is there... Zoom in? The keys for this is like, I don't know where the open book thing is. Okay. Maybe we have to get it. Aha. There we go. No. There we go. Okay, we had to inspect that. Ugh. Hey, there's a picture here. That's very intense. Oh my goodness, that cover's so cute. Do you say the same about this picture? This is the actual crime scene. No other detectives saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Gasp! Mr. Wright! The piece cut out from the vest! Could that be the cloth we found inside Gant's safe? Finally, we get to use that. Wait, did we find whose fingerprints? It had fingerprints on it. Whoever's fingerprints they are must be... Oh, wait, it was Emma, yeah. What? But those fingerprints... They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Okay. Okay, so... The bad ending is presenting that to show that Emma killed. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. So do we lie to win then? I really forgot this whole little bit, actually. Okay. So is this the part where I present the thing? When I arrived, I found Marshall's bottle. Come now, Archie. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your neck. Dang, Edgeworth. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone? I think this could be it. I think this could be it. So, what's your excuse, righto? Why haven't you been keeping quiet? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Okay, is this the bad? This is the bad ending. So I present the cloth and I get the bad ending. Is that correct, chat? Is that correct? Just to be sure. I did save. I'll save again, just to be sure. Alright. Alright, what do we got? If you conceal any evidence, you'll be appearing before the Board of Inquiries. Sorry. I better think this carefully. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed. Alright. Yes, Your Honor, I want to prove that Emma is the murderer. Little killer right here. The murderess. Let's see the conclusive evidence. It's a piece of leather cloth. Oh, it's most likely it was cut from the victim's chest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword. What? Whose fingerprints are they? I'm sure Raito has checked, haven't you? Well, whose are they? They're Miss Sky, Miss Emma Skies. What? They're mine? So I really did do it. See, I told you it was conclusive. But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? But give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. It's all over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. No. It appears we have our killer. No. No! Oh no, she's a killer. Now she'll never appear in Spirit of Justice and the investigation games. We've erased her from the canon. And Lana was found Wait, okay, I missed that. It said Lana was found not guilty. I didn't press anything. Oh, no. Well, that was it for the stream. We have finished the case. See you later, chat. Alright. Okay. So, if we don't show the evidence... Cannot show evidence. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie! Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know what you took inside. The conclusive evidence. No. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why did you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. Aha! Wait, no. Wait, I see it. I notice it. It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean... Wait, I think I see it. That means you, the Chief of Police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. He's like, yeah, I don't care. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Raito. Well, I can't just let you pin me up again as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. Wait, so are we safe, chat? Let's make another save just in case. You mean you admit it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. You're safe from the bad ending? Okay, cool. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that's when she saw the scene, she would ask me for any aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip into the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. That was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. You mean the items in your safe. But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance. I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder the girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make the police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood away. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message? Ho, ho, ho. Some people just don't like to quit, huh? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean the piece of cloth? Come on, Raito, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Okay. Yes, I admit it, I didn't want to have to do that, but being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you say you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Raito. You should have shown it before it was too late. It's been a long battle. Oh boy, yeah, it has been. This has been long, but the moment of truth has finally arrived. So you can show it now or later. So can we show it now? Chat, what's the answer? Do we show it now or what? Like, show it now? All right. Sorry, just wiping my eye again. I do have evidence to present. All right, let's see this conclusive evidence. Well, let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of cloth of the victim's vest. Oh yes, at last you finally brought it into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. The prosecution requests it's sent to lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact to be left so clearly. You mean, it could not have been forged, it must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Slow down, Edgeworth. Ho ho ho. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Raito had this all the time and he didn't present it. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprint belongs to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. Phoenix Wright doing some big brain plays here. All right, we'll trust in our blue-haired, blue-suited lawyer. What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma, but why? Why did you tell me? Oh, Merry Christmas again. You're really something, Raito. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true, tragic but true. The girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints they were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. I love when Phoenix is so smug. Ha, but I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You'll purposely conceal this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. We're still smug. What's the matter, cat? Got your tongue? Aren't you gonna tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Alright. Oh? And what's that? Who really killed Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall? you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What, a contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gan, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence. And what exactly it's supposed to be. This is the picture Miss Sky took. Yeah, I think it's the blood kind of thing. Take a good look at it. Why is there blood underneath the cut thing as well? His shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured, blood pouring out of his mouth. Oh, but the piece of cloth? There's not a drop of blood. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, that's nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the sword's armor sword? Noises! Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago. Also, you know, another contradiction they could have brought up is that Neil Marshall is hanging there. How could he write on the vase if it's like on the floor? How could he write Emma's name at all? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the act of creating the insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer. No! He's electrified. It's finally all over. Yes? Did we do it? Oh, it's all, his hair's all floppy now. Oh, that was close, right? So you almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. His sprite looks like red white when he's like, you know, crying kind of thing. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see that piece of cloth? It's illegal evidence. Order, order. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji? Earlier, old Raito concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse? Yeah, all right, we get it. Continue, don't stop the music. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At the moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's no fair. Ho, 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 ho! Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I think I have to present the book, I think. He is Santa now. I'm afraid Grant's claim is correct. True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Huh? Well, Mr. Wright? It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Wright was doing I did not. It wasn't relevant to the case at the time. So the evidence is illegal. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures to be evolved when presenting evidence. No, Aji, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. He can't really believe. You can't really believe. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present the evidence. If you can present the book, whatever, yeah? This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on the cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth. Nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of police department. I found this evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2, unregistered evidence must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall, when was this picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Yep, running out of water. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut this piece of out of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. There we go. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person it could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you! Oh yeah. Can we get some claps in chat? I love this. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. He claps himself to death. I knew I should have got rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I may lose my chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. In that Texan voice. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. These silhouettes. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There's too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker and was taking the evidence out, he said. It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this to Mr. Marshall. Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. And I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. Don't you love when they just admit, like, I've seen like forensic shows and stuff, like real life ones, where the criminal will still not admit their guilt. Like, they're in jail, but they won't admit any guilt. The crime computer, but everyone had to start somewhere. I guess I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever. Ooh, really? Gant earns less than Miles Edgeworth. Wow. Yeah. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments and the glove. Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crime than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in the court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it, you and me. We're the same. Ugh. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Dang. Well, it looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as it used to be, long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. Wait, why did they kill Marshall? Yeah, he saw the chance to get, to control the prosecutors. And they wanted to convict Dark. Like, he was working on the case, he wanted to get Dark in trouble, so that's why they falsified all that. Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Raito here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. And with that, one of the greatest villains in Ace Attorney is defeated. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes, first, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky, I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. I don't know about that. The thing about the dark age of the law. Nah, the smile. Finally, it looks so good in HD. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing, you know. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Right to victory. You've done so well, Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. Oh, he's blushing. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Skye, yes, Your Honor, you are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact still you acted as an accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Smile. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Nah. Probably like one of the best, like, you know, client ending, as in like the happiness you feel. One of. This trial has gone long enough. See ya, Broden. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, not guilty. Yay! We finally did this case! Oh my goodness. That is all. Court is adjourned. Yes, finally. 5 p.m. Holy, this went on for 7 hours. 7-hour shift. Wait, does that mean cases usually end quicker and then like... Yeah, I guess so. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted of a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Faye thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks. Oh, she didn't thank Emma. Will I burn out of Ace Attorney after the trilogy? You're really asking that? Really? You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done so well. I mean streaming it? I mean, like, I'm not streaming 4, 5, and 6 because I'm waiting for the remake kind of thing. But there's still other Ace Attorney games. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pal. Oh. Guess I am. I'll come back later. No, come back, Gumshoe. What is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around while on duty. And to top it all off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Wait, is he detective now again? Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Aw, no. They're meeting. Lana. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, the happy music. I mean, her theme song. I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Yay, the smile. Oh, Emma, Emma. Is it the... No. So happy. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find the way back to our rightful path. What the heck is he saying? And it is from that we move towards a brighter future. No, so happy. At last, at least that's what I felt. Do we get paid? Mr. Right, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? And she was never seen again in the entire franchise. Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. That angry face. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. I swear the first SFX I'm getting on that stream deck whenever I get it is congratulations from Eva. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. Huh? No matter what anyone may say, I realize today I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gan was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. We're the same. One day you'll understand. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you go it alone. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I needed a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. The thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Right. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Right? Huh? But what? Oh yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Right. Show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth or I would have been able to find on our own. Is it the cloth, chat? Is it the cloth? Is it the cloth? Is it? No, the pair of papers. Was it that one? What do I present for the good? The drawing. Emma's drawing, okay. Where was the drawing again? Oh, okay. That's the picture I drew. Okay, you can present either one. Okay, cool. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. And there he goes, off to do his own investigation games. What will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know, it seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. And we never see him again. I mean, we don't see him for a while. I better get going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. Sure, hope you do. Hope you do visit her. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific Investigation is the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis, I will. One more smile just before she goes. Aww. And so another case came to a close. I'm on a 5-win streak. As for the sisters, I have faith. Aww. So wholesome. Faith that their lives have only just begun. I mean, that's true for one of them. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. That was a weird animation. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. And that's the end of Ace Attorney 1. Oh, Takumi, I love you so much. You're so amazing. Oh, God, the longest case. I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. Ooh, who's the friend? I want to meet the friend. This affair has pretty much ended my days in the prosecutor's office. Why are they speaking so quick? I managed to find my way back into the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. You know, that doesn't happen actually. 7 years later, she's nowhere to be found. Where are people wanting Lana back? Oh yeah, Yamazaki is the director of 6 and the investigation games, and he left Capcom last year. That was the guy. But yeah, like, Lana needs to come back now. I wanted to come back. I thought it was a goner for the... they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. This music is so like, ooh, yeah. The art. Ooh, so they had 2 people for the art. Okay. 4 people for the art. Wow, okay. Maybe like, you know, some people didn't draw the humans, some drew like the backgrounds. Animation. Is that like the intro animation with the like lightning stuff? My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm gonna make a detective. Yes, sir, that can be just like that Dick Gumshoe. Do you really want to be like Dick? Chat, I hope you enjoyed this stream of this game. That did not age well. Oh, the Lana not shown. Oh, Meekins, you mean? As a Texan, I'm jealous of that cowboy. Ooh, we have a Texan in chat, finally. You missed all me doing bad Texan voices. Maybe you didn't want to see that. Yes, the blue badger is dead. He's dead. Oh yeah, by the way, chat, stick around because after a little break, I'm going to be streaming the second game. Yep. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambino back his smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? What? Yay, yep. Second game, yep. I'll take a little break because I need to refill my water. I need to eat something just so I don't die. But yeah, like after this is done, we'll do that, but... Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The right way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer as sweet as victory. Ooh, that could taste good. Kids seem to dig about the turnabout theme. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. I like that, how a bitter than sweet. Ah, yeah, Ben. I think he's the voice of Phoenix. I think, Ben Judd. I think he's the voice of the Phoenix's objection. And he left Capcom like quite a number of years ago. I'll never forget what the youngest defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I got another trial to get to, so I'd better... Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. Yeah, Ben Judd was the oval, Brown Global Studio Solutions. Huh, okay. Where's Janet Husso or Tusu? She's like the localizer. Like she's done a lot of work on the series. Like it's really impressive. Hey, Maya! Nothing soothes the soul like a fresh country air. I don't know what voice I'm doing for her. Sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. So we did visit her. Huh. I love it, like how, like this is like one of the best credit sequences because it makes you want to watch it. Like they give you actual epilogue parts of the character, not just like random jokes or anything. They give you closure on all the characters. It's so good. All right. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. Huh? What's going on? What is it? How can he pay the rent? I think the rent of the office must be really cheap. It's like a one-room office kind of thing. Why is he here? Wasn't he in the case in like the first day? Wasn't he there? Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Ooh, open the book. I get it. Oh no, no, I think I know this picture. Oh no. I mean, I think I know. No, I remember this picture. It's so adorable. Aw. Why isn't Lana back? Holy moly, why? Screw me. Oh my god, I want Lana back more than I want No, I want Gumshoe. God damn it, Capcom. You make so good games, but god damn it. Ah, finally. The longest case.